Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this flyer. So it's actually a personal flyer I did for my personal brand, or for my brand, yeah, my creative agency, UIJ Creative Studio. I'm going to be walking you guys through the whole creative process that went into creating this flyer. So if you are new to the channel, definitely you'll be new to the channel because this is my first YouTube video. Please support the channel by subscribing and leaving a like and a comment so that YouTube will recommend this video to more creatives like you. Remember, on the channel here we talk about creativity and everything in between. Okay, so without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. Thank you.
Okay guys, so here is my screen and I'm going to be going into the design. Let's open Photoshop. So I'm using Photoshop 2020. I don't know, but I just like um, the whole feel of Photoshop 2020. I've tried using higher versions like 2022, 2023, but I don't know. Something just keep taking me back to 2020. So I don't know. Whatever version you're using, everything I'm going to be showing you is going to apply to it. So firstly, here's the design we're going to be working on, or here's the design we're going to be recreating. So some time ago, I got the concept for this design. I saw a beautiful concept like this on social media. So I decided to save it because I knew I was going to like do that concept, if not for a client's job, for my personal job. So this is actually my personal the personal project, it's my own design, that's my face, that's my Instagram page there. So let's get started. Another thing I want to tell you guys is that all the elements I used on this design were actually from my laptop. Like I have a folder where I save all my like where I save resources. It's my design resource folder. I have a folder where I save resources. So some people like being connected to the internet, and whenever they are designing, they source for inspiration, like they source for resources online while they are designing. Not like that's bad, but I think it's also essential that you save resources to your phone or to your computer. I have resources on my hard drive, and whenever I want to design something, unless I don't have that element in my hard drive, that's when I go to the internet to search for new elements or resources to use. So guys, it's essential to always have resources on your laptop. So let's just picture this. Imagine when I wanted designing this and I did not have data. For example, this is Nigeria, and most time network, especially recently, we've been having a lot of network challenges. So imagine I did not have data to execute this project because like the data to go online and be checking for resources. Imagine I did not have it. That would have been kind of like a problem because I wouldn't have gotten this stuff done. So guys, without wasting much of your time, let's get into the design. So first of all, I'll hit Ctrl N on my keyboard and it's going to open up this window for me to select a new document. So the size I used was actually my width was 3000 by 4000 pixels. My height was 4000. So this one is optional, sha, but let me just give it a name. Tutorial. Tutorial. Okay. Resolution 300 RGB color mode. Background content should be white, square pixel. Every other thing is okay, so just hit create, and here we are. We've been given a new this is a new blank canvas to work on. So firstly, what I just did, I unlocked the background layer so I can actually work on it. As it is like this, I can't do much on it. Okay, what I do is I change the background color. I change the background color of my background layer to um, any color that I want to use as the base color, EASA. so, so not like I can change the color like this, but I just like unlocking it. So to change the color, I'm just going to hit. This is my creative process, okay? You might have your own creative process. You might have your own steps that you follow. this is my own creative process. So to change the background, either I hit Control I to invert it to black, since the opposite of white is black. So if you hit Control I on your keyboard, it's just going to invert it to the opposite of that color. So either I do that, hitting Control I, or I go to my color. Oh, let me just bring all the stuff up. I don't know, my Photoshop just closes all the stuff when I'm working, like when I open it freshly. Okay, I go to my color palette and I hit on black, then select the paint bucket tool and just hit here and change it to black. But I think that process is a whole lot longer, and this is my own creative process. So I just hit Control I on it. So anything you do, it gets the job done. So let's go back to the design. Let's go back to the design. And okay, so the first thing here is this background. Not like that was the first thing I did, sha, but this is I had to like go through different stuff till I arrived at what I was looking for. So the first thing here is this background inside. If you can zoom in, you can see this whole fine background. So let me go to my background folders. If I can see the background I used. Um, okay, here's the background I used. This is the background I used. So I'm just going to drag it into Photoshop. So let's place it and scale it up a bit. Scale it up a bit. Um, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. So the next thing, um, we're going to blur the background. So we'll go over to filter, go to blur, and no, blur, Gaussian blur. So I think I'm going to set my figures to around 10. Okay, I think I missed a step. Yeah, missed a step. So I'll rasterize this first, then hit Ctrl Shift U. Ctrl Shift U is going to like desaturate the image. Then after desaturating it, I'll convert it back to small object. Not like I can't use another method to get rid of the colors, but I just like getting that desaturated feeling direct from the image adjustment. So if your image is rasterized and you go to image and adjustment, under adjustment you hit desaturate, you can see it's been disabled because my image is not rasterized. So when your image is rasterized, you just hit Control Shift U to desaturate your image. Let's get to it. So now I'll go back to the filter, go to blur, Gaussian blur, and I think I'll aim my figure around 25, 25, right? And I enter. So that has been done. What next? You can see this whole white stuff playing around here. This white stuff has been played on. That's the texture. I have this texture on my in my design resources. Go over to texture, go to paper texture. So no, this is not it. Let's go back. It's plastic texture. So I think this is the exact one I used. So all these stuffs are available to download online. Just have to if you want to use them, just search for plastic texture PNG and all this kind of stuff. So I think I got mine from a research bundle I bought some time ago. Those resources have been very long and I'm grateful that I got them. So I'm just going to rotate this, scale it up, scale it up, and hit enter. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Then I'm going to drop the opacity. So a quick way to drop opacity to reduce the opacity of a layer is by hitting the numbers on your keyboard. So if I want to drop this opacity to 50, normally I would have come to this opacity place and just reduce it, but I just like using the shortcuts. So if I want to drop this opacity to 50, I'll just hit 5 on my keyboard and it has been reduced. You can see. So, or if I want to drop it, like a bit lower, I'll just hit like 4 or hit 3. I think 3 is okay. So the next thing I'm going to bring in my image. I'm going to bring in my image and I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't have the PNG of this my image. I keep grabbing it every time I want to do something. Then I don't have the PNG of my image, or I'll just crop it again. Let me go to my where the image is being stored and yeah, it's it. Drag it to Photoshop. Let me scale it up. So guys, a quick way. Um I'll just have to go over the adjustment again. Oh God. So let me just rasterize this firstly because I want to remove the background automatically. So I'll just hit on remove background in my properties tab. Background will be out. So I'll now apply this and change it back to smart object. That's a quick way of removing your background from your image. So I'll just update this a bit, then place it here. So if you observe, this image doesn't have any logo on the t-shirt. So the t-shirt is black. This is the original image. So I'm just going to show you guys how I did that. Right. So let's zoom in. Let's zoom in here. I'll rasterize the image again because you can't walk, like you can't directly edit a smart object. So I'll rasterize the image, and I'll go to my polygonal lasso tool. Hit on it. Just draw. Then just select where I have this logo. So guys, your steps might be different if you're already a seasoned graphic designer. Your step might be different, but I'm just showing you guys what I do to achieve what I want. So I'll right click, hit on fill, content aware, and I hit OK. So it's going to take out that logo for me, but it's not that perfect. So Control D to deselect, and you can see that's added like extra stuff for my hand. So to get this stuff perfect, I'll go to my spot healing brush tool, increase the size by hitting brackets on my keyboard, and just brush over where that place that I want it to be perfect. So for this hand now, this is what I did because when I was scrubbing mine, it gave me the same result. So I'll just go back to that polygonal lasso tool. I'll select any part of my shirt which I want to use and cover up that place. Then hit Ctrl J. Hitting Ctrl J has given me a new layer with that place that I just cut, that I just selected. You can see it's moving. So I'll just bring it now and cover this hand. Ctrl T to adjust it, just cover the hand. Yeah, now I think that's just keep adjusting. Now it's E on my keyboard for the eraser tool, so I'll just blend it. Make sure you're using the soft round brush. I right click to get that place. So I'll now brush the edges a bit so that you just look like it's being blended. Okay, I'll build everything. So now if you zoom out, you won't notice that there was any error there. Except for this stuff, it's not looking that perfect. It's not looking that perfect. So let's see. Spot healing brush. Let's get this thing looking perfect now. Still showing that. Except you have eyes for details, like you really notice that that place is not looking that perfect. But guys, you know what to do. You just keep using the spot healing brush to brush until you get that perfect look that you want. So now I'll just combine that layer one, which is the layer of that stuff I used to cover my hand, and my image layer. Then I'm just going to right click, convert to smart object, and see it's one object now. So now to change the color of my t-shirt to black, I'll hit either I use the is my adjustment tab, either I use the hue and saturation adjustment layer, or I hit Control U. I like using Control U. Control U is still going to bring up the hue and saturation, but now it's not coming as a layer, it's coming as an effect or as a filter, right? I'm going to shift it to the side. I'll, I'll use this tool now to pick the color that I want to work on. So without picking that color, anything I do, let's go back to master. Without picking that color, anything I do affects everything, to affect my body, to affect my skin and everything. So I don't want that. I just want it to work on this t-shirt. So the t-shirt, the color of the t-shirt is blue. Hitting here and I go to blue, I can work on it directly. But I always like to get the perfect color by hitting this tool here, this an icon, and it will take me to bring out this eyedropper tool. On the eyedropper tool now, I'll just select the color and it will automatically show me what color that is. So that I won't make mistake by guessing what color it is. So now, okay, we've selected the t-shirts. Let me I'll just reduce the saturation. You can see the saturation, all the blue is gone. So I'll now reduce the brightness a bit, a bit, a bit, a bit till I get that black. Yeah, that's all. Right? Okay, so that's basically it. It's okay. You can see I've given it that black look. So don't worry, I'm going to step you guys through all the steps I used in getting what I got. So now let me just scale it down a bit. Scale it down a bit. Okay. Alright, that has been done. That has been done. What next? The the Instagram profile screenshot. Alright. So I have the screenshot on. Where do I have that screenshot? Here's the screenshot. Here's the screenshot. So you can take the screenshot on your Instagram profile, then you bring it into Photoshop and edit it. So firstly, I'm just going to cut out all this the status bar and part of this. So how do I do that? I'll come to my rectangular marquee tool. Yeah, marquee tool allows you to select stuff in the rectangular form. I'm going to select from here and come down and stop here because I don't want part of this down, this bottom part to show. Just hit it there and hit Control J. Control J, what Control J does is it creates a new layer with that selection. So I'll now come here, turn this off, and boom, you see, just the selection I did. Alright, so now I'll just drag this back and delete this one. Hope you guys are following what I'm doing. So I'll scale this up a bit, scale it up a bit, a bit, a bit. Drag this here. Okay, so now let me convert this to smart objects. Convert to smart object. I converted the screenshot to a smart object. Now I changed the blend mode to screen to screen. Change this blend mode to screen. Then I wanted to add a bit of contrast to it because you can see this one, like there's contrast on the screenshots. You can see the write-ups are popping up, like everything is showing clearly. So let's do that here. Sorry, select the layer. Let's do that here. So I'm going to hit Control L to bring out my levels filter. So I'm just going to add a bit of black to it, moving the sliders from the left hand side to the right hand side. So you can see it's adding darkness, like kind of blacks to the layer. So that's for contrast sake. Hit OK when you're satisfied. Hope you guys are following me. Okay, what next? What next? What next? What next? What next? Alright, so I think that's looking good. That's looking very good. It's looking very good. So you can see I blended the image a bit to enter with the background and part of the screenshots. You can see I blended it. So let's just do that here. So to blend the image, I'm just going to select the image layer and then hit on the layer mask to create a new layer mask. To create a new layer mask. So there are different ways of blending an image, but I'm going to use the rectangle. What? There are different ways of blending an image, but I'm going to use the gradient tool. So when I select the gradient tool, make sure your foreground color is black because your layer mask is white. So your foreground color is white, and make sure under your gradient settings, you're in basic, and under basic, you're in this middle one. So on transparency, like foreground to transparency. Yeah. So now I'll just use that and blend it a bit. Keep the stuff blended. I think that's fine. Let's hit on the screenshots layer. It's add the layer max. Add the layer max to it and just blend it a bit. Especially this side. Yeah, hope you guys get the jerk. Ah, no, I think I already did it. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. So let's still reduce this the layer of that texture that we added. Let's still reduce the opacity. So I'm still reducing it, and I think that's okay. I think that's okay. So what next? What's next? What's next? What next? So let me bring in this Instagram logo. Let me bring in this icon. Everything was on my laptop. Bring in this icon and I bring in my brand logo. Okay. So after I'm done placing everything where they were, I'm going to now work on the adjustment, like the colors, like color grading, the final stuff, and sharpening and every other stuff. Call it final touch. Me and my colleague we call it final touch. So I'm just going to add the final touch to it. So let me bring in the Instagram. Go back to my design folder. Bring in the Instagram logo. So I think that's under social media icons. This is it. Instagram. I'll drag it to my. I'll drag it to my. To the design. So now I'm going to use it a bit, and I want to change the color to white. Take this up a bit. Take everything to stuff. So to change the color of this Instagram logo to white, um, there are different ways. Like Photoshop has like a million ways of achieving one thing. So what I do, I double click on the layer and double click on the layer. It's going to open up my layer style window. So I'll just come to where I have color overlay, set the color, set to white, I set it to red. You can see the Instagram logo is red or any other color you want. So I'll set it to white and I'll hit OK. So then I'm going to bring in the username. You can see I'm bringing the username. So my username, I saved it as a PNG file because like to type that username over and over again. So I think yeah, username. This is it. Majorly here. But it's in black, sha, and that's a small Instagram icon on it. So let's change this to white. Remember what I said, guys, at the beginning of the video or at the beginning of the design. To change to white, just hit Ctrl I to change it to the opposite. So it doesn't matter if it's a smart object or it's a rasterized layer. It's going to apply. So now let's take out this Instagram icon. So there are different ways of doing it. So I'm just going to rasterize my layer. Rasterize my layer. Select the rectangular marquee tool and just select this and hit delete. Simple. It's gone. So now this is now a rasterized layer. So let me convert it back to smart object because you want your elements or looking at the highest quality possible. Smart object keeps a higher quality, while rasterized layers don't really have that much quality. So as you're scaling it, it's losing quality if it's a rasterized layer. So let me just scale that down. So that's looking good. That's looking nice. Looking nice. So guys, I'm not trying to like get exactly what I have here. I'm just trying to show you guys my creative process and how I achieve that design. So now what's left? I think it's my brand logo and this Instagram love, comment, share, and save icon. So let's go. So let's go back to my design resources. I think under PNG file. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Mm. So guys, you can, like I said, you can always source for these stuff online. So that's looking okay. That's looking okay. And it's looking fine. That's looking fine. So my brand logo. Oh, sorry. My brand logo. So you scale it to your preferable size. This is even getting better. I'm even aligning it with this. I think the other one I did not align it. So guys, here's everything. The arrangement is on point. Everything is on point. So let's work on the final adjustment. So you can see this has this fine, colorful stuff going on. So I brought in light, kind of like light leaks. I created my own light effect. So you can see the old blue light here and the old orange light here. Forget that it's looking that way. When we're done, I'm going to get it looking the way it's supposed to be looking. So first of all, let me edit this image. So I'm just going to select my image. Make sure you're on the image, not on the layer mask. Make sure you're selecting the image, not the layer mask. Go to filter, go to camera raw filter. So let's edit the image. Okay, so here's the image, and firstly, what I always do first, increase the contrast. Increase the contrast. Increase the clarity, very important. Increase the texture because you want it looking crepesy, right? You want it looking all crepesy. I go to detail, increase my sharpening. This is looking more fresh. Still increase that clarity a bit. The highlights, let me leave it high. So increase your saturation, increase your vibrance, reduce your saturation a bit. It's okay, and the image is ready. Like you can see, my image is looking all dank. So, so let's create the light stuff. So I just hit Control Shift N. So there are different ways. Like I told you guys, Photoshop has like a million ways of creating something. So I want to create a new layer, a blank layer. So I come here and just hit create. Is like the new layer stuff, right? Just create a new layer and you can see I already have a blank layer. But I just like using shortcuts. So I'm just going to hit Control Shift N and click enter. I've created a new layer. So now with my brush tool. I want to create the light stuff with my brush tool. Um, with my brush tool. Increase the brush size a bit. Then select any color that you want to use for the light. I'm selecting blue because you can see I used this blue here, this orange here, kind of. So I'll just dab it once. No, 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 no. Sorry. Right click, make sure I use soft round brush. Yeah. Now I'll dab it a bit. Sorry. Uh, So I'll dab it a bit. Yeah. Dab it just once. And scale it up. Scale it up. Change the blend mode to screen. Yeah, I'll bring it up here. Okay, I just remembered, guys. Let's go back to this the background layer. Sorry, the image layer I used to add the background and drop the opacity. Yeah, yes, something like that. So I'm going to duplicate this because I don't want to create a new one. I'll duplicate this, bring it somewhere here, then hit Ctrl, change the color. So I'm going to change, move this hue, this one, to something that's going to complete that. Yeah, orange. I'll just drag it inside. Yep. So this are the steps I was using, guys. So reduce the opacity for both of them. Then we're going to use 50%. 50%. Remember the steps, guys. Just hit the numbers on your keyboard. And that's looking okay. So I think I'm going to blur this texture layer. It's looking all sharp, but yes, looking blurred. So I'm going to just add a little blur, background blur to it. Bring that one down to 22. It's been fine. So guys, this is the design. This is my process. This is everything I did to achieve that. So let's just do the final touch. Make sure you're on the first layer, I mean the last layer. So you hit Alt Control Shift E, and you're going to create a stamp layer. So this stamp layer is like combining everything that you did here, everything that's down below here into one layer. So this is the layer. So this is the layer we're going to be doing that final adjustment. So I'll convert it to smart object. Go to filter, camera raw filter. So this is where we do the magic. Do the magic. It's where we do the magic. So always increase my contrast, like I told you guys. Remember, reduce my shadows a bit, increase my clarity, make sure the image is okay. Increase my texture, increase my detail, increase the sharpening a bit, very small. Okay. Then the next thing I do is I color grade the image. I color grade the whole design. So when I come here, I always like bringing my midtone to this side of paper. Very little bit, very small. Yeah. Then my shadows too. Bring it down to that purple side a bit. Then take it, take this slider down. Then my highlights are just like leaving everything around that purple area, but very, very small. Increase my slider. Just play around with the stuff to your own taste. Then when that's done, I'll go back to my basic and go back to my basic. Then I bring my tints down to purple. Yes, feeling it right. Increase my contrast a bit. And boom, there you go. It's looking almost exactly. So you can see this is the after, this is the before, after, before. I think I just like that. This look as has gotten part of me. See, I got the look exactly. Like I got the whole color grading it like perfect. So guys, this is how I came about the design. So you're a creative person. You can always add more stuff. You can always take out more stuff, like tweak it to your taste. Remember, it's a personal stuff. It's a personal project. You don't have a client looking over your shoulder telling you, oh, do it like this, do it like that. Remember to always unleash your creativity. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Uh, Please support the channel, subscribe, like the video so that YouTube will recommend it to other people. And that's it, guys. Cheers.